Okay, welcome back to another episode of Screeps. Let's continue programming. Connecting to my private server. Picking up back where we left off. So we have Visual Studio Code. Somewhere in this madness here. Alright, let's start rearranging this code so it actually looks respectable. Let's get rid of this class, since I was messing with this to try to get the profiler to work, but since the profiler doesn't really need it, don't care. Don't know what this revision crap is, so I'm just gonna delete that. Don't need any of this stuff. Don't need this. Don't need that. Get rid of the dumb comments. So this clear out creep memory is pretty weird to put there. I'm just gonna put it outside, and it doesn't need to check if it's in the room. I think it'll work like this. Will this work? Creep is declared but never used. Okay. And then I don't think we should do this every frame. We'll say if is there like a game.tick time? What's time? Log info time plus. What does that log out? Yeah, that's the time. So if game.time mod 100 equals 0. So we'll do this every 100, every time every 100 ticks, because it doesn't really matter if it stays around for 100 ticks. And then we should just put this in a function. Clear stale creep memory. Something like that. And there we go. We'll just see if it works. It should work fine. Alright, this creep manager is not really a creep manager, it's more like a room manager, so I'm going to rename this guy. There we go, clearing creep memory, checking creep memory, so we're good there. Alright, so I'm going to call this room manager. And I'll rename this file room manager. And then, how does it know? Something like that. Okay, there we go. So now it's named room manager. Really need this crap. Just deleting dead comments because I don't really care about comments if I already understand the code. Alright. Oh, the one thing I forgot to do last episode was show in the settings of Visual Studio Code, I added this crap here. Specifically all of this, files to exclude. That way my Explorer window is nice and tidy. So you don't see a bunch of useless things, which is kind of nice. So if you wanna if I get rid of this file, I can save that. See, the license file appears there. So if I get rid of like all these things, so if I get rid of all this junk here, so you see like there's all this extra fluff in this Explorer window, so it just makes it look kind of cluttered. So what I did is I just did the files.exclude. I also did this. I also do these format on save and type. I don't think format on type seems to work. I don't really know. Don't really need that one. But these ones I did. I'm placing the open brace on the new line for function and control blocks because, like I said before, I'm a C++ programmer and I don't like JavaScript's style of doing it like this. That's annoying to me. Like, a typical JavaScript programmer would do like this style. So on save, I automatically format and do it the other way. But obviously, if you like the other way, then just do format on save as true and switch these to false. These are not, I don't think, in the Git repo. These are actually this file is inside my settings for Visual Studio Code. So I turned on up the font size, increase the tab, all kinds of silly stuff. So you can do the same or whatever. It's up to you. To get to that file, you just go File, Preferences, Settings, and these are like the default settings, and you override over here. Okay. Anyway, back to programming. What is this crazy plus doing? Alright, so that looks pretty good. At least better. And let's see. Room Manager. This config file is fine. I'm not really messing with this too much. This harvester, so then the things I want to mess with are this harvester and this room manager. Let's refactor this harvester a little bit first. I'm gonna get rid of these lines. This is for renewing. I'm not gonna bother renewing for a little bit. Move to drop energy. I think it's weird how the functions have an underscore, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I know they're trying to differentiate public versus private, but I don't know, to me it's just not really all that useful. Alright, then some move to drop energy. So drop off energy. That's probably a better name. And then this guy is just this. Creep target. So it's just that. And get rid of this. And then this try harvest is just this. Get rid of this function. Okay. That looks a bit better. I don't know how to new line this right here. I would normally do like this, but whatever. I guess it's okay. I guess it doesn't reformat that, so we're fine. Let's see, energy source. So it's like the first spawn and the first energy source. This is kind of shitty code. We'll fix that later. Because this is only harvesting the first energy source. That's why they're all going to this one and not this one too. Let's see. So I put the tutorial in this tutorial directory, so if we want to refer back to what it was doing. So let's see. Let's do this code here. Drop off energy. Target. Where's the target? Target is energy source. You don't need to find it if carrying capacity is there, so I'm going to get rid of that and do it like this. So he has to define it. So he defined it as that guy. I think that will already come through. Let's go look back at the harvester. Where's this come from? That's a filter. Like that. And this is not typed. So we have to say this is a structure array, I think. So this is move to harvest, drop off energy. And then this would be spawn. Actually, wait, sorry. Let's see, drop off energy. I did the wrong one. Let's redo all that. Put this back. Drop off. Like that. Energy does not exist on type structure. So there's dumb things. There's an energy one here. That's the bad thing about TypeScript is you have to figure out the right type of the stuff. Structure controller. Structure extension. It's almost like you have to do like this kind of goofy code. Structure extension. false. It's not assignable to. Sure it is. Alright. Harvester TS, line 31. Let's see, how do you cast it? Owned structure. What's an owned structure? See, it all extends from that. So structure, so own structure extends structure, which adds my owner and room, and then everything hangs off of owned structure, it looks like. Okay, you'd use this kind of code. Structure extension with arrow brackets to cast it in. Alright, so that works. And then we keep going if structure. Let's copy this. Equals a spawn. Okay, and then the last one is tower. Paste that in, then we can just say return false if it's none of those things. Alright, we got a bunch of silly things. Says that syntax is forbidden, use the as. Okay. As. Is it like that better? As. As. Okay. And then it says, doesn't like the var keyword. It likes let. Okay. And then this stuff should be const. Targets is never assigned, so you make it a const. Okay, and then quotes 153. That should be quotes. And then 29 should be triple equals. And line 51 should be triple equals. There we go. Import sources should be alphabetized. Ridiculous. Main line 9 should be triple equals. Sources within a group. Dude, I don't know what. Come on, is that good? Alright, you're good. Alright. So we've converted that bit of code to TypeScript. Hooray. And then this is same kind of thing. Sources, find source. Yeah, it's using the first one, so we'll fix that later. Wait, don't want to, you always use the first one. Find active source. What is active source versus not? It's weird. That still contain energy. Okay. Very good. And we don't need that. Alright, let's take a look at Room Manager. And one of the things I want to do is not use this role as a string. I want to make it an enum. So in my previous game, when I was doing this, I had this interface. I had this enum called creep. Creep roles. Find that. There it is. So I'm just going to shove that in somewhere. Here's all my different roles. That's still compiled, which is good. I also want to use this function to change the creep memory from an any to like a type system. So I just use a macro called cm. And it needs to define creep memory, which is this interface here. Now I'm going to get rid of most of this crap. At least comment it out, because I don't need it right now. Now what is this m dot? So is it doing namespace on this? So all of this is in the memory. So I will create a new file. New file mem.ts. Put that there. Move my roles over there too. I also defined. I think the game memory is already defined, so I don't need to do that one. But creep memory is still an any. See if that's still working. Can't find namespace m. Alright, there we go. So let's import star from mem. Alright, let's try to import it. Alright, it's declare but never used. Let's see, let's try to use it. m.cm creep const creep mem equals that. Is that working? Declare but never used. If creep mem dot role equals role creep roll. What did I call it? Roll harvester. I said miner. I have to name to put this in the front probably. M dot. Does that compile? Yeah, it actually did it compile. Yeah, it seemed to compile. Alright, so it said in mem, no angle bracket. So it wants this as like that. Namespace and module are disallowed. The heck? Missing white space. Line 41. What you talking about? Missing white space. I don't know why sometimes it shows this and sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. Namespace and module are disallowed. Let me search on that real quick. Okay, it looks like ES6 has moved to modules instead of namespaces. And you can basically have a module that exports multiple things, and then you can import it like this. And then you kind of reference each of the things, kind of like, you know, square and, you know, so on like that. Or you can say import the whole thing as blah, like lib. And then so this is basically your namespace, but the namespace is declared upon import. So like kind of the caller seems to define the namespace name. So I guess that avoids conflicts, I suppose. I don't know. And then you can also do it as a single export, which is apparently common. So if you export a single thing like this, then you can import the whole thing as you know, some name, and then you can give it a name. So you know, the kind of the caller defines the name of these things. And in turn, it basically says just don't name stuff with don't use namespace. So I'm gonna do that. So get rid of the namespace, and then over here I'm gonna import it. Import star as M. So that should in theory work. So mem.ts. Get rid of these M dots. And there we go. Alright, so room manager. We're on 25. That's empty, I know that. And that should be triple equals. I wonder why. Let me search on that real quick. I remember reading about this. Has something to do with strict equality. Neither is implicitly converted. If they have different types, they are considered unequal. Yeah, so if it has a string of 0 and you compare them with a double equals, I think it's yeah, so like a 0 equals, and a number 0 is the same as a string 0 with a double equals. Whereas triple equals, they're not true. See, it's false. And the same thing for like the string version, so there's no conversion going on, so it's faster and better. So, very good. Now we know. Let me change this also from roll miner to roll. Let's see. Do I want to change that name? Mining is good. So we're good there. And we'll move it over here. Get rid of that guy. And we build the missing creep, we will give it this guy here. I'll pass this in. And he'll be a type of that. And that role will be set. Role properties. Creep properties. M.creep memory. Not assignable to creep memory. So log false. I wonder if that's possible to do like that. Log roll. Creep rolls. I should just do this. Properties.log equals false. Properties dot roll is roll. Properties dot name, rather room. It's not going to work. Is used before being assigned. Nope, it's the syntax, so we'll go with that. Like I thought it was. Alright, I just had I had it having a room. I had it with a name, so I commented that out because I don't need the name in the creep memory. At least not yet anyway. Alright, so I think that will work. I'll have to try it. Creep name. Okay. And then here I want to say m.cm creep dot roll triple equals this minor guy. Minors. Okay. Creeps, creep count. Should be minor dot run, and we'll rename this to minors, or minor rather. Import that as minor. then it's giving me some more errors to deal with. 76. Expected property shorthand role. What the heck? I don't know why it's yelling at me. Import sources might be alphabetized. That's such a dumb rule. Let me get rid of that stupid rule. Notepad tslint.json if you want to change the rules. Alright, there we go. For const, properties is not assigned. And expected property shorthand. What bullshit is this? So it just wants roll. All right. Let's change that to minor run. Okay, we're good there. Harvest. Move to mine. Okay. Very good. Just delete everything. Let's see what happens to these guys. View their memory. At roll 3. And roll 3 should be minor. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there we go. Nice. I also had a inside here I had a 2-string version of this crap. Yeah, like this thing. So let's export that guy. Get rid of all these M dots. And then inside our roll string. Roll to string. Quote mark should be the other one. Of course it should be. Let's see. Find next. Replace all. Alright, so now if I blow up these guys. And take a look at this guy. So now I have a roll string, so I can quickly look at and see, oh yeah, it's roll minor. And then I have logging, so per creep, so I can turn on logging for him, which is kind of a cool feature as I build it. All right. So we're making progress. Beating this code into submission. I think that's probably a good stopping point. And we'll continue on next time, adding more stuff. Thanks for watching. See ya.